Have you ever caught yourself wondering, why would someone go back to their ex? What is it that pulls people back into a relationship that didn't work out? Is it love, nostalgia, or something they can't even explain? Well, today, we're breaking it all down with 10 reasons why she might go back to her ex, and trust me, some of these will surprise you. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. And hey, if this topic hits close to home, share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Now, let's uncover the truth behind these choices. 1. Familiarity and comfort. First up, familiarity and comfort. Here's the thing. Being with an ex feels like slipping into your favorite old sweater. It might not be the newest or the trendiest, but it's familiar, and that makes it comfortable. She already knows his quirks, his habits, and how he takes his coffee. Sure, there were fights, but she also knows how those fights usually end. That predictability? It feels safe. Starting fresh with someone new is exciting, but it's also exhausting. There's so much to learn, what they like, how they communicate, and whether they leave dishes in the sink. Compared to that, going back to her ex might feel like the easy choice. But, is it the right choice? Well, that's another story. 2. Emotional bond and unresolved feelings. Love doesn't just vanish into thin air. Even after a breakup, those deep emotional bonds can linger for months, sometimes even years. Maybe she still loves him, or maybe it's the memories pulling her back. Think about it, late night talks, inside jokes, those shared experiences, they create a connection that's hard to sever completely. And then there's the idea of unfinished business. She might feel like there's more to their story, like it didn't end the way it was supposed to. Science backs this up too. The bonding hormone oxytocin strengthens emotional ties, making it tough to let go. So, even if the relationship wasn't perfect, those lingering feelings can act like a magnet, pulling her back. 3. Fear of being alone. Let's get real, being alone can be scary. After a breakup, there's often this deafening silence. No texts, no calls, no one to binge watch your favorite shows with. Add in societal pressure to always be with someone, and suddenly, being single feels like an uphill battle. Picture this, she's scrolling through social media, seeing engagement announcements, happy couples, and Valentine's Day posts. Meanwhile, she's at home with takeout and Netflix. The loneliness starts creeping in, and her ex begins to look like a pretty good option. But remember, fear of being alone isn't a reason to settle for less than what you deserve. Right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. 4. Guilt and regret. Guilt has a funny way of twisting our decisions. She might find herself replaying arguments in her head, thinking, and maybe I overreacted. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. Or worse, she might start convincing herself that the breakup was entirely her fault. Regret is powerful. It can make people believe they need to fix something, even if it's not broken. And if her ex reaches out with a heartfelt apology or a promise to do better, guilt might push her to give it another shot. But here's a question for you. Is guilt ever a good foundation for love? Drop your answers below. 5. Shared responsibilities or connections. Sometimes, it's not just about emotions, it's about logistics. When a couple shares kids, pets, or even financial responsibilities, it's hard to fully separate. Co-parenting, splitting assets, or even deciding who gets the dog can bring them back into each other's lives. Here's an example. Imagine they're co-parenting. Every drop-off or school event is a chance to interact, and those interactions can reignite old feelings. It's not just about love, it's about shared lives. And separating those lives isn't always easy. 6. Lack of better options. Let's be honest, dating isn't all roses and champagne. After a few awkward dates or ghosting situations, she might start thinking, you know what? My ex wasn't so bad. It's human nature to compare new people to someone we've already loved. If the dating pool starts to feel like a kiddie pool, her ex might seem like a safer bet. But here's the catch, just because new options aren't great doesn't mean the old one is the answer. It's important to ask if the relationship was truly fulfilling, or just familiar. 7. Manipulation or emotional dependency. Unfortunately, not all exes have the best intentions. Some are experts at manipulation, using guilt, charm, or promises of change to pull their partner back. Phrases like, "You're the only one who understands me," or "I'll never find anyone like you," can play on her emotions. If she's emotionally dependent, the idea of being without him might feel unbearable, even if the relationship wasn't healthy. This is where self-awareness is key. Recognizing toxic patterns is the first step to breaking free. 8. Rose-tinted memories. Nostalgia, the ultimate relationship trap. It's easy to remember the good times and conveniently forget the bad. She might think about that amazing vacation, those cozy nights on the couch, or their favorite song. But here's the problem, memories aren't the full story. Nostalgia often paints the past in brighter colors than it deserves. And if she's only focusing on the highlights, she might end up making the same mistakes again. 9. Outside influence. Sometimes, the decision isn't entirely hers. Friends, family, or even societal norms can pressure her to reconcile. Maybe her mom says, "You two were perfect together," or her friends keep reminiscing about how happy they seemed. External opinions can be powerful, but at the end of the day, it's her life, her heart, and her decision. 10. Genuine change and growth. Finally, the best-case scenario, genuine change. Breakups can be wake-up calls. Maybe her ex went to therapy, worked on his flaws, and truly became a better person. If both people have grown and learned from their mistakes, a second chance might actually work. The key is to look for actions, not just words. Growth takes time, but if it's real, it can lead to something even stronger than before. So, there you have it, 10 reasons why she might go back to her ex. What do you think? Have you ever gone back to an ex, or considered it? Share your story in the comments below.